Good Saturday morning to you. This is Luciana Turner of the LT&A Company coming to you with this morning's tidbit. I'm a little late this morning. It's Saturday. I woke up a half hour later, and so I'm a half hour later this morning. But we want to be consistent and we want to keep the ball rolling. So this morning, I just kind of want to give a recap of what I've discussed this entire week. On yesterday, I discussed the pricing portion of lowest price technically acceptable within the government and government bidding. On Thursday, I discussed the technical side of lowest price technically acceptable. And in a nutshell, what that concept does is introduce the government is looking for a technical abilities. Can this company perform the contract? Do they have an understanding of the statement of work and what we're looking for? Does it appear that they have the subject matter expertise? Then they look at pricing and say, okay, now on the pricing side, is this company's risk worthy? Is this company sustainable and successful? And then they decide one, who's technically acceptable, and then B, they forge in pricing, and voila, we have an award for lowest price technically acceptable proposals. Then we delved a little bit into the concept of vision creation and understanding what you're building in order to secure the proper foundation for it. And that's something I personally don't believe um, business owners do enough of. You know, they're great with jumping out there with an idea, but they're not so great when it comes to um, laying a proper foundation for it and making sure your business is scalable. You know, oftentimes when small businesses go to scale, they have to do this, in essence, big reconstruction. And that's just because they didn't create a foundation that allows for scalability without upheaval and upset. So that brings me to today's topic. And I only have a few more minutes, and I just want to keep this short. As we're building out our buildings, or as we're building out our businesses, and we're looking at our goals for the next 5 years, we have to do so wrapping our thoughts around team building. Who is on your team? Now, most of us do not operate in a position of we have a board of directors and all that, where we're just not there yet. Some business owners never want to get there, and that's fine. But you still should have what I refer to as a board of advisors. And that's your attorney, your tax accountant, your financial planner, somebody who is a operations officer, whether that's internal or consultant. You need a team of people you can bounce ideas off of. And you need a team of people who are going to tell you the truth about your idea. You need to have that person or persons who can tell you, okay, great idea. Legally, this is what you need to do. Great idea. And here's the tax impact of what you're trying to do. Great idea. Here's the financial impact of what you're trying to do. So that you can then make a plan and a strategy. I'm big on strategy to execute these things without falling into the pitfall, the trap of a non-compliance, and non-compliances are expensive. And the longer it takes for your non-compliance to be found, the more expensive that non-compliance becomes. So I just wanted to throw that in your spirit on this Saturday morning. And as you're sipping your coffee, if munching on your pastry, getting ready to run errands, or if you're just going to lay in your lounging pajamas with your fuzzy slippers, just keep this in mind. Vision creation drives the strategic plan that was implemented through a team. I started following Pastor Daniel Darius, and his quote is, "You don't go as far as your dream, you go as far as your team." And I love that quote, and that quote spoke so to me, and it's so business appropriate because you can only go as far as your team. A one man show burns out quickly, but a team, hey, it burns out, doesn't exist. And I'll catch you tomorrow morning. I've decided not to skip a day. So I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Have a great day. Be blessed.